Hello, everybody, and welcome to Anime Reflux. Yeah, everyone's here except for Blush and Patient. Yay.
Hello.
Um,
The big four and the one tag along.
Aww.
Ha! You guys are qualified as the big.
The big four.
No, it's the big four and Kenshi who is above the big four.
Well, no, you're like,
Tenchi, you are not allowed to turn my stuff down.
But we were not- but we
back
were
onto
not-
me.
but we were like the big four, and you were there, and okay, I guess, fine, be
Sometimes,
that way.
sometimes you outgrow the brand.
Kenshi, you are not
Well then,
allowed to.
well then, is it Kenshi and the big three?
I guess that would be more accurate then.
There we go.
I just want it to be numerical and make sense. There we go.
So, Zetman,
Pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I would say this is up there with Gokusen on the best shows that we've ever done on this segment, I'll call it.
Gokusan?
Gokusen. It was, a mafia princess wanted to be a teacher, so she gets to be a teacher, but it's of the shitty class that is filled with delinquents. Really good show.
Is that how you spell it?
No.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, I'd say this is up there with that in terms of quality show that I will definitely be watching all of in
For
its
different
entirety.
reasons.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
very
watch it
different
with my
reasons.
girlfriend, Lucan.
Yeah.
I think I missed Gokusen. So the only comparison I have is I think the only show that we've ever done that made me want to watch more was the whole Yatterman Night,
Mm.
and I want to watch the entirety of this show now because boy, it's good. It's good.
Yep.
So Casey, you wanna start telling us, kind of run through what happened in this episode?
Okay, so it starts with a very, very common trope in terms of at least class things. Shows that want to deal with class often have this as a trope. The rich people throwing money at, blood sports in underground arenas and things like that. It's very on the nose for that kind of discussion, but, whatever. So this starts with one of those. There are monsters that are made through unknown means that are called players for some reason. And rich people have them fight and duke it out and bet on them until...
They achieved sentience.
Yeah, sapience, technically, but yes.
Sapience, yeah.
Yeah, so they were mindless monsters until they weren't anymore. And they attack the crowd and escape. And one of the scientists decides to turn his lab coat, if you like. Don't all laugh at once.
Oh my, you are so witty.
Thanks, Zero. Appreciate it. And escapes with a baby that one can assume they were using to make the monsters or do something to the monsters. Who knows?
Or maybe the monsters are all formed from people.
It was kind of implied they were starting human experimentation with the monsters, so...
Yeah.
Ice chips.
So
You're eating ice cubes?
No, I'm
Why
having a
not?
drink with ice because it's
Oh.
like nearly summer. So a bit of a time skip. About 10 years later, the organization that were running the monster fights is still looking for the kid and the scientist, and those two are now living in, I forget what they call it. Undertown?
Shantytown. Yeah, they call it they call it Undertown, but it's a shantytown.
Yeah, it's Shantytown.
yeah, he's in a little homeless park.
Yeah, basically. And, you know, very heartwarming scene with him and his grandpa, who has grown an enormous beard and is surprisingly okay with living in a shantytown.
Well, it's harder to find him. Yes.
Yeah. He apparently basically gave up literally everything for this kid, so good guy.
And he didn't shave for 10 years, and he became Gandalf.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
It's a secret.
With little bits of like old sage mixed in there. He's got some weird life advice.
Yeah. Well, not weird, but weirdly given. Like, there were probably better, but anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Like, he explained that violence causes wounds, but not wounds of the body.
Wounds of the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, you beat somebody up, and it's for the sake of violence. They're going to want revenge, and bad things going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or even you beat somebody up and you're going to want to do it again, and it's going to damage you.
Yeah, it was wounds of the self, not wounds of someone else. It wasn't cycle of hatred kind of thing. Although that is...
Well, there was a bit of that. He did mention specifically like, Greed's hatred.
So, what the kid Jin does on his, time, just all the time apparently, because he doesn't seem to do anything else, is he fights crime. So
right after the scene with all the rich people being murdered, we cut to a ad for like a Sentai show of this Universal Hero or whatever. So
that
a bit of a tone shift there.
But that explains why we have the little rich boy who's friends with Jin, because he wants to be like that superhero, specifically because he's wearing a jacket and shirt, which look like that hero, and has a phone which is of that hero.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that little bastard.
What?
Give the kid his money. Jesus, he's homeless. Of course he's gonna want money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That pissed me off. Like,
Pissed me off too. Fuck you. You're rich, kid.
Yeah, you can afford to say we don't need any like money.
So what they're actually talking about that they have jumped the gun on massively is
Yeah, I was gonna say.
they fight crime, and Jean comes across a woman about to be gang raped because low-hanging fruit in terms of crime, and
basically
Japan is surprisingly lenient on that sort of thing, or at least they used to be. So he offers to save her for 10,000 yen, which is about $100. Less, I think now, actually, but
I'm kind of shocked she instantly accepted that. She's like, yeah, sure, whatever, kick his ass.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
not even questioning why a kid wants that much money, or why a kid thinks he can beat up 3 grown adults.
That sounds fair to me. I mean, either he does it and yay, or he doesn't and he distracts the thugs enough that she can maybe run away. Like, pragmatism in the face of that, I'd probably, okay.
Yeah, sure, whatever, kid. Yeah.
And if he does get his ass kicked, he deserves the 100.
Well, there you go.
There's no guarantee that she thought he was going to go beat them up and not just go and get the police or something.
Yeah, so, the kid kicks their asses, every single one of them, and his entourage show up eventually, which is Rich Kid and his sister.
The rich kid's sister, not homeless kid's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Rich
Kid is pissy about the whole thing, about him not getting in contact.
You have to contact me so we can plan and analyze the situation and work together.
As the 3 thugs lie unconscious on the ground, yes.
Yeah. Heroes need no reward, and then he drags him away by the ear like Brock. Fuck that little bastard. He becomes more likable later, but like,
yeah.
I just would
note to start on.
just want to point out, she was actually willing to give him the 10,000 yen like she promised.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah. All right.
She's pretty well off in that. Trying to help a kid. Well, he's a homeless kid. You're gonna help him out because he did a good deed.
So he goes home and finds out that pretty much all the hobos have been murdered. His granddad is
before he goes home and finds everybody murdered, she tracks him down when he's alone and still gives him the 10,000 yen and a little card that's like, "This is where I work. Come by before we close, and I can get you a free meal."
Oh yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Was it a meal or was it service? Because it was kind of
Meal.
confusing.
Meal.
I assume it meant meal, but
she specifically said a meal.
They actually do
good.
have food at strip clubs, yes. It's not good food, but it is food. At least at the nicer, bigger strip clubs.
Yeah, they do.
fair enough.
Not that I know from personal experience.
Yep.
Well, that sounds unfair that you would judge the quality then, but okay. Where were we?
So, yeah, bloodbath.
Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead. All the hobos are dead, except for Grandpa, who is mortally wounded, and
bleeding out.
Yep, and the kid doesn't really understand what's going on and thinks because of his granddad's advice that he can just spit on it and they'll be okay. Which
Because he said saliva heals wounds.
Just spit on it and it'll heal. Humans naturally heal. He's like, "Oh, it's gonna heal now. You're gonna be okay."
Yeah.
And then Grandpa's like, "I've got one last lesson to teach you.
This is what death
happens-
is.
This is what happens when you use
Pretty
This is what
much.
happens when you use violence. Violence leads to this."
Pretty much.
That is a terrible
Legit.
final lesson. Also, I love that the guy when he's dying, he thinks like this is gonna make you weaker. It's like fuck.
But that's okay. That's exactly what I wanted.
No, I don't want a hesitant hero. I want someone perfectly willing to jump at the call
No,
and beat the
that's what
shit out of
the
somebody.
Gramps wants. He wants him to know what death is, violence can, to make him.
It is important that he know that, because apparently he didn't until this point. He didn't know what death was, and that he could beat the crap out of people enough that they would stop moving.
Yeah, it's weaker in the I'm going to beat you to within an inch of your life. I'm going to hold back so you don't die. Versus I'm just going to murder you.
Yeah.
All my power.
It's restraint. It's not hesitance, it's restraint.
Oh, good. I thought he was teaching pacifism, not restraint. So there's a very, very hard difference there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Granddad dies, but the kid still doesn't understand what's going on and thinks he can be healed. So he goes to a doctor who is the
he steals
shittiest doctor in the world.
Steals from the homeless people's shopping carts.
Oh god, yes, it was a homeless person's shopping cart.
And puts his grandpa in it and drives him around.
Correction, he puts his grandpa's corpse in it.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it was that shit had me laughing. I don't know why I found that funny. I'm a horrible person.
It's
I guess.
morbidly funny. Yes, I'll give you that one.
I'm a horrible person.
Congratulations.
So he goes to the
I
doctor.
did find it funny at the time, but in retrospect,
He
it was
goes
funny.
to the doctor. Let's not stop and analyze the humor / not humor for 20 seconds, shall we? He goes to the doctor, and the doctor opens the door and says, "Fuck off. You need to pay me if you want me to do anything." Like I say, worst doctor in existence. Like, literally just look at the dude. Oh, he's dead. Sorry, kid. And then close the door again, maybe. But no. Not even going to look at the guy. Just, like, yeah. Fuck off, kid. I don't want your 60 yen in change. Go away, and slams the door on him. Kid
And
apparently
then,
forgetting that he has 10,000 yen on him.
Well, no, I read that more as not him forgetting, but he wanted to save that 10,000 yen if he could. Because he still had that dream of he wanted to be able to, as we find out, he wanted to be able to afford a house for him and his grandpa. And so, like, as soon as he realizes, oh, that's not going to be enough, he tries to, like, shove out the 10,000 yen, and the door's already closed, and the guy won't answer.
Yeah. So, he remembers that he got the thing from the woman that, it's basically a strip club flyer, and he goes there, and she gets brought out because she recognized, oh, it's gonna be that kid, cool. And she goes out and finds a corpse. You know, that's yeah. Put it down.
Well, she found him and a corpse. It wasn't like she just walked out and the corpse was the first thing she saw.
So
So,
she
I mean-
decided.
It was the second though.
It's not like she could instantly tell the guy was dead. I mean, like, he could have just been sleeping at first glance. He wasn't, obviously, but, like, yeah.
You know, because, you know, all that blood. Of course, sleeping.
Well, she gets him and Jin to a hospital, and they're like, "No, your grandpa's super dead. We're
Wait a
gonna have
second.
to like."
Wait a second. I'm gonna jump back to the doctor thing again. Is it not a thing in Japan where if you know a person is seriously injured and is stated to be not moving, are they not obligated to help out? Like, that's a thing in America and Britain, that if, you know, there is a serious medical emergency and you are a doctor and you know about it, you are obligated to help.
The Hippocratic Oath or whatever.
Like, legally, you are obligated to help.
I don't know Japan
Maybe
laws.
It
But
might
I
be
know
different in Japan, yeah.
The guy didn't go. He didn't go to like a hospital though. That guy seems more like a clinic general practitioner or something.
It looked
Even
more like
so,
a private clinic,
even
yeah.
so,
Yeah, he's.
if you
dick.
know about someone that is severely either wounded or sick or, you know, just says not moving is a bad enough sign, then you have to actually help, or at least
I actually assumed he was a back alley doctor, so not like anyone with a legal license to practice medicine. He just does to the bums around, basically.
I don't know. I just hate that guy. Just
Oh
those
yeah,
reasons.
he's a shitbag.
Yeah. So they go to the hospital, and the grandpa's dead, and it follows with a serial killer that the police have been chasing down.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed a bit.
Near the beginning.
The kid tries to call the other kid, the rich kid,
Oh yeah.
at the time that the rich kid and his sister are getting chewed out by their dad for hanging out with undesirables.
Yeah, this is where I forgave the rich kid.
So
Because that dad is an asshole.
basically,
Well,
yeah. I mean, he's chewing them out and saying you will not associate with that bum anymore, essentially.
That's rabble.
And you don't
Riff
appreciate
raff.
what it means to be an amagi, whatever that means.
And Amagi is probably their surname.
I know.
Do they run it in?
Yeah. Yeah. What I mean is we don't know what they represent, so him saying Anamagi is supposed to be just an oblique thing. We're rich and we don't need to deal with the rabble kind of thing, rather than actually being representative of something.
And so they find the phone.
Yeah,
that,
the maid comes down with the phone that's been ringing for a while. And the dad says, oh, this is the thing that you used to contact that kid. Snaps it in half, which, fair play, good show of strength. I wanted the kid to punch him in the dick.
He wouldn't have to bend over to punch him in the dick.
When you're a kid and your dad is shouting at you, though, few kids would be that rebellious, especially with a dad like that.
Yeah.
It's really easy to forget that adults are big and scary.
Yeah.
And his dad, in fairness, seems like a big dude. Like, his suit probably makes him look more built than he is, but he looks built.
I get the feeling this is the type of dad who'd beat his children just because they're not being perfect.
Probably. Yeah, so where were we? Hospital, and the... Oh, what was her name?
I'm looking it up. Oh, I've already got it open. She is... Oh,
Nice
no,
lady.
it's different. It's different. Second.
You can just call her. Yeah, you can just call her lady. She's the only one.
Akemi Kawakami.
There we go, Akemi. So she offers to let the kid stay with her for the night. No obligations beyond that, just for the night until they figure out what they're going to do with him. How the foster system is going to help him out.
Yeah.
So she washes his clothes, runs a bath for him.
Real important. There's a picture he has framed of her, a man, and a child, which she puts down upon noticing.
Yeah,
That's her son. That's her son.
Yeah, her son, which she, I'm guessing, has lost.
Okay. Not sure whether Weasel wants to keep reading the thing that he just pulled up, because that's probably spoiling everything in the show, and if I get spoiled on this, I'm going to be mad.
I'm not.
Yeah,
okay,
no.
Well,
that
picture,
picture in the frame was pretty obviously.
I read her name and then just came back to the chat.
Oh, well, in that case,
Yeah.
it seems pretty unconfirmed that that's her son. She seems pretty young to have, like, a 5-year-old, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough. What,
I
you're
don't
saying
know.
it really is her son?
It seemed like it was from the way that she acted and the way she, tried to ignore it and the way she treated him, Jin. So that's my assumption at the moment. That's my theory.
It could be brother and nephew. It could be just real kid brother, like baby brother. Entirely possible for either of those things, but
At any rate,
it could be son, but.
At any rate, she lost somebody close to her, who was around his age.
Yeah. Anyway, she joins him in the bath, which, you think this is going to get weird because he's 10. It doesn't. It's a very sad scene.
It's perfectly
gets
innocent,
sad.
actually.
It's super sad, and like he's talking about, I don't have a mom or a dad, and like
And
hugging.
she hugs him, and he's like, "This is the second time I've ever felt this feeling, and the last time someone died."
Yeah. The last time was when Grandpa hugged me right before he died. So, yeah, a little bit really emotional scene.
Yeah,
This is where he learns what death actually is. Like, he thinks his Gramps is going to be fine still.
The show made the scene in the bath super depressing and sad, and kudos to them for that.
Yeah.
Fan disservice.
I wouldn't even say that. Like,
No.
that was not a disservice by any means. That was a very
Oh,
compelling scene.
Yeah, good point.
So that scene happens, and they go for a walk in the park for some reason. I forget why.
They're going to go shopping for like more stuff for him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, clothes and stuff.
Okay. And they get accosted by a guy with lizard tongue, who is the serial killer, and we've seen him in a couple of scenes. One of them talking with a guy who is mysterious and creepy. Apparently,
Another one,
mysterious,
like-
creepy guy wanted this guy with the lizard tongue to attack the kid. I'm assuming. It's a bit, vague, but that's what I'm assuming was happening. And he does. And the first thing he does is tear a chunk out of Akemi.
You just no
Yeah.
warning. Just like straight up, there's half your kidney gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, quick appendectomy just going on right there. That's in that general area.
Wow, guys.
Okay. Then he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, and then he just sort of bitch slaps her with the tongue and takes a chunk out of her face as well.
Casey, can you do that noise again?
Nope. So Jin goes a little bit not so, and fight happens, and it's a cool fight. I want to make a comment about the movement in this show, because there's something about it that is very, I use this word a lot to describe movement, but punchy. Like, there is impact and weight behind a lot of it. Like, even in the incidental stuff, like there's the scene with the junior detectives earlier on, and they're introducing themselves, and Gene just sort of sways out of the side, and what's his name behind him is just there making movements, and it's very flowing, and just I like the movement in this show.
It does have that weight behind it. Like you were like, oh wow, that was a they got that punch in well. You can tell when action is done, like it's animated really well. And this show they're making a good job of it.
Yeah.
So Jin's like, no, I gotta fight this guy. Akami's like, run. He's like, no. She gets hit again. And Jin goes all Super Saiyan and basically kicks the crap out of this guy.
Real quick side note here. It probably means that I'm a terrible person, but when she got hit in the face, my first thought was, wow, her career as a hooker is completely over.
In fairness, you're not wrong.
Or host. I believe hostess was my original thought, not actually full-on prostitute, but yes, that.
Yeah, she is a hostess, but there's a lot of gray area in that industry. Where were we? Oh yeah, there was a fight scene happening, and Gene wins, I think.
Jin, he wins. He like activates like some sort of power, and he goes, and the guy's like, "Oh, that's charisma," and I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Slicer.
The five of those named Strength, Dex, Constitution, Intelligence, and Wisdom.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Or is this a special kind of thing where we're going to have Strength, Perception, Endurance, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck?
Thank you.
Or is charisma like the spiritual pressure of this world? I don't know.
Slicer, your first thought was that her hostess career is over? Because my first thought was that she's dead.
I assumed she wasn't going to die. If she didn't die from the first hit, they want her to live.
Yeah. If they gave her a name, they want her to live.
Yeah, I feel like it would have just kind of been. It would have just kind of been like pointless for her to die at that point. It wouldn't have really done much other than be like, "Oh, hey, kid, everybody you love dies. Go and be a villain or something." I don't know.
Yeah,
go be a lone hero
and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really it wouldn't be quite where I think the story wanted to go.
Yeah.
Who's typing?
That's me. Sorry, my keyboard's kind of loud.
Okay. Yeah. So the fight happens, and Jim wins, and something. Oh yeah, the police get alerted, and so they show up, and mysterious guy shows up and disposes of lizard guy, who at some point during the fight transformed into an actual lizard, kind of thing. And shame on you for regressing so totally, or something along those lines. Yeah, you die now and get completely disapparated.
Did anyone play the game Bloody Roar by any chance?
Yep.
This was really reminding me of that game.
Bloody Roar, that sounds familiar.
I don't remember anything about it, but Kenshi
People
apparently
can,
does.
people can turn into humanoid animals.
Yeah, that. And not just stuff like jaguars.
Oh yeah, Bloody Roar. Yeah, now I know. Okay, yeah, the fighting game with. Okay, I got it. I get the reference now.
There was a dude that turned into a bird and a chick that turned into a rabbit. It was weird shit sometimes.
Guys turned into an elephant. Bunny girl.
It's like Animality, the video game. So yeah, dude turned into lizard, and I'm guessing that dude was like one of those players that had gained sapience.
That's the implication. Yeah, they sort of have a secret society going on.
Yeah,
where you're not allowed to make too big of a fuss, and we'll just kind of leave you alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a fuss, so they had to deal with him.
And then Jin wakes up in the hospital
again.
And they're like, hey, here's the kind of left really earlier, but this necklace is from your grandpa. And hey, live strong, kid. Oh, by the way, the lady survived. There's your hope now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah,
And
and
that-
she has bandages over half her face. Spoilers, that's a permanent injury. She's very scarred on that side of her face now.
Ah,
By the way, I was legit expecting her to die. I was legitimately surprised that she survived.
I almost hate that I'm so familiar with anime because I probably would have thought the same if I wasn't so the term genre savvy comes to mind, I guess.
Yeah, same.
So that's pretty much the first episode, and I watched that at like 9:30 this morning, and I was kind of sorely tempted to just keep watching until we started recording, which was about 5 hours later. So, no, but sleep.
Actually, it does seem like it's a good idea for... Oh, fair enough. It does seem like a good idea for at least one of us to keep watching a little further, though, so we have a little more context for some of the events that might or might not happen in the first episode.
I did watch the second episode, as I mentioned. Did anyone else watch any more?
No, I
Nope.
just watched it this morning.
Kenchwa?
No, just first episode so far. I'm busy, dude. I got spiders in my basement to kill.
Oh, fair enough.
Well,
Don't have like a kind of raid or anything for those?
Yeah, I went and bought like a gigantic thing.
Good man.
You just gotta go down there and punch all the spiders until they die.
I did that. They keep coming, so I need to spray my basement.
Spray your fists and punch
What?
the spiders then.
Lucan actually has a frog that moved into her basement, and they keep him around because he eats the bugs down there. They named him Prince.
Huh, that's actually super helpful.
Fair play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I watched the second episode of this, and it immediately goes into a time skip. They are now
Yeah.
late teens, I'm going to say.
Yeah, from what I read of the summary, that was just the backstory.
Essentially, yeah.
The ending cutscene has them as adults, the rich kid and the main character.
Yeah.
Zetman Origins.
You don't see the sister though, so that's
Yeah,
kind
she's
of
in it.
interesting.
She's in
Yeah,
it.
she's in it.
Oh, she is? Okay.
Yeah, she's dressed relatively casually.
I'm
Is she-
going to give you bare bones explanations on what everyone's doing. The little sister is spending some of her time behind their dad's back as sort of a soup kitchen kind of thing at the Undertown. Gene's still doing the same thing he's always done. And the rich kid has apparently inspired his co-workers to be his support team and now is Batmaning it up.
Okay.
So, from what I
Well,
saw,
I suppose since he is very, very white with white hair and everything, I guess you could say Shikaka-ing it up, I guess.
Kaka?
Shikaka!
Ace.
Oh, as in White Devil?
Ventura. Ace Ventura. It's the
Yeah,
white
yeah.
cat from Ace Ventura.
yeah,
Oh,
Great
movie tuna.
white bat!
I wasn't expecting that reference, but thank you so much for that.
Oh, God. Really, Casey?
The movie's, hey,
Uh,
the movie's great.
It is a great movie.
Shish kebab. Shawshank Redemption. Chicago.
The thing that really interests me is that, according to the summary, and from what you've said, they're kind of like rival superheroes, and one is like a biological hero, Jin, and then you have the technological hero.
Yep.
And that in this world, in this setting, that seems really interesting.
Yep. It is kind of a Batman Superman kind of thing going on. And actually kind of plays to the tropes a little bit too. Like the Batman analog is very pragmatic, let's call it, whereas the Superman analog is not willing to make allowances and he's not willing to make the hard choices and tries to find a third option in everything.
I just want to point out that this anime does a really good job of getting you invested in characters in very short time.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah.
Like, even though she'd barely been introduced, I was invested in Akame to the point that even though I thought she was gonna die, I didn't want her to. I wanted her to foster Jin.
There's something to be said for realistic responses to situations, and I think that's something that comes into play with Akame's character. Like, her introduction, Yeah, actually seems reasonable. That's how people might act in that situation. Like, yeah, okay, I don't care what kind of lifeline I'm being given here. I'll take it with both hands. Yeah, there's no, oh, no, kid, you should get away from here. It's not safe. Or any of that.
Yeah, that's yeah.
She's a nice, realistic character.
Yeah.
And I think everybody can kind of relate to that.
So this
And
is
like
a good show.
his grandfather was only in like 2 scenes, and I was already invested in him.
Thanks, homeless grandpa.
Yeah.
Homeless Gandalf.
Thanks,
was-
doomed character.
Yeah. That guy was kind of cool, though. I liked him.
Yeah. Thanks, doomed character.
I think I like all of the characters except the ones I'm not supposed to like. So that's
I know.
a
Yeah.
good sign
Yeah.
for a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's same. Like that's a good way to like that's how you know you're doing your job right.
You had one job.
Actually, they have several jobs. But that's
Yeah, I know.
kind of an important one. Yeah, the animation I like. It's kind of realistic. It's kind of everyone has very, I won't say everyone, but a lot of characters have very defined faces, as in very,
Yeah, you never run into a case of face,
Mm.
which is something that happens in a lot of anime that makes me sad.
yeah.
I don't like the whole cookie cutter appearance thing.
Mm.
Kind of why I'm not a fan of most shoujo, because shoujo tend to have very they lean a lot towards moe and bishonen, and the characters pretty much all have the same body type.
Yeah, this one, there are a lot of dudely looking dudes in this show.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of strong chins and jaw lines and things like that. Like, as in actually strong chins and not the Bishonen type of thing. Where, they look like a hunk of carved meat. Is what their faces kind of look like. And, that's not something you see too often in Japanese shows. Like,
I noticed a lot of
go
In
ahead.
fact, I noticed a lot of Western influences in this show, probably because it's very much a superhero show.
They have, the rich kid's character is based off of a Sentai show, so they do have that kind of thing in Japan, and
Right.
I'd say that's where more of the influence comes from, probably.
So, good show. Recommend it. If you're interested in the superhero type thing, even if you're not, it's still pretty interesting. Give it a try. Let's get ourselves another anime.
Oh, I remember how I was going to... Yeah. The two heroes, better way to define them is they have different ideologies in what's important. Like, one of them is save all the people, and the other one is catch the criminals.
I see.
Yeah, and that's...
We have to catch all the people and save all the criminals.
Yeah, so those two outlines on their goals actually tells you more about the characters than I had previously. So, anyway, yeah, we need to roll a new thing, which means I need to find.
Let's.
Whoops,
go.
that's the thing I meant to do. Patients updated list. Shit. Where is it? List refinement. Here we go.
Here we go.
With open office. All right. So he hasn't sent me the updated list where he added another one, but okay. So 27.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't.
7.
7. So that's G.
G.
AG.
Shut up. We all heard it.
No.
89.
Ooh, G Gundam. I want to watch G Gundam. Well, not the first episode of it, but I want to watch it eventually in the whole thing. All right,
Gokusen's on here. Of course it is. But we've already seen it, so.
31.
31. 31. Okay. 31 is a show called Ghost Hunt.
Aha!
Oh,
Okay.
With the dub or the original?
No, this is a different thing, unfortunately, but I wish it was the other one.
So, telling ghost stories is a favorite pastime of Mai Taniyama and her friends, that is, until she meets 17-year-old Kazuya Shibuya, the man sent by Shibuya's Psychic Research Center to investigate paranormal activity at a supposedly haunted school. When Mai gets caught in a dangerous situation, she is rescued by Kazuya's assistant. Saving her lands the assistant incapacitated, and Kazuya demands that Mai become his assistant instead.
So, unfortunately, we missed out on Ghost Stories dubbed, and I would like to apologize to everyone.
God, I remember that, yeah.
Fuck, watch that anyway. It's a recommendation from me.
I'm going to go watch that again later.
What?
It was a gag
the-
dub.
Oh.
The dub of Ghost Stories, it was like dubbing company was like, this is a bad anime, just do whatever, and they did whatever, and they basically made an official abridged series.
Really?
Yeah, it was basically the world's first abridged series.
Yeah,
Ghost
Great.
Stories anime.
yeah. Make sure you watch the dub.
Yeah. So, Ghost Hunt. It sounds generic, but so did Zetman, so, you know. I think I've learned that lesson enough that I'm not going to just judge based on appearances. At this point.
What? Yeah, it's a comedy horror mystery shoujo supernatural. Apparently, are the genres it's under. So, I don't know. Maybe it'll be interesting.
Maybe. I mean, Mob Psycho 100 probably fits in most of those categories. The only one that doesn't would be shoujo.
Yeah. I was the page for it, and I see comments. One of which is like, "This is really good. You should read the manga until the end, and you'll know the whole truth of the final whole truth at the beginning." And there's a sequel to this manga, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Another one's like, "This is bad." So I don't know.
We'll see how it goes. Oh, I'm optimistic after this week. I look forward to being disappointed.
Don't be optimistic. When it comes to anime, don't be optimistic.
Yeah, have low expectations. Right?
Yeah.
Like the one we just watched comes out, and you can be super stoked for it.
Yeah. All right. So that was Anime Reflux for this week. I have to edit the podcast now, so yeah. Thanks for listening, and watch Zetman. Watch it. It's a good show.
Yeah.
You should watch
Seriously.
it.
Yeah.
Seriously, this is not. This isn't a recommendation. This is demand.
Did anyone watch the dub version?
Did not.
No, I did not.
No, I found the subbed version
Dang.
first. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
we can check out the dub later, see if it's any good, but I don't know.
I will add an addendum to the end of this video and say whether the dub is any good.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
You do that.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with Ghost Hunt. That was it. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
So, hey, everybody. Just, as I said in the episode, I checked out the dub. It's fine. The sub is probably a little better, but both are fine. So, yeah, just thought I'd drop that at the end. Bye, everybody.